Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mbalenhle and today I will be sharing with you guys something a bit different but something that's still very close to my heart. So I've titled this video God's Grace is Not Yours Alone, and it is based on a sermon that was shared at church a few weeks ago, and it really did speak to me, and I saw it fit that why not share it, and I hope it speaks to somebody as well. So if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for clicking on that play button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be part of the family, and also click the notification bell just to get a notification every time I post something new. If you are an oldie, if you're part of the family, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and until then, stay blessed to be a blessing. So a few weeks ago we had a program at church called Women Ministries Day, and this lady shared the word, and her text of consideration was found in Matthew 20 verses 1 to 16, and I just thought that I should share it with you guys because it really did speak to me. So I'm just going to read the verse. So we're starting from, we're in the book of Matthew chapter 20, starting from verse 1. So for the kingdom of heaven is like a master of a house who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into the vineyard, and going out about the third hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and to them he said, "You go into the vineyard too, and whatever is right I will give you." So they went. Going out again about the 6th hour and the 9th hour, he did the same. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing. And he said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They said to him, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You go into the vineyard too." And when evening came and the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last up to the first." And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each of them received a denarius. Now when those hired first came, they thought that they would receive more, but each of them all received a denarius. And on receiving it, they grumbled at the master of the house, saying, "These last worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat." But he replied to one of them, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give to the last worker as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity?" So the last will be first, and the first last. Sure. So when this lady was reading these verses, she linked it to grace. She linked it to how we are so greedy with the grace in which God gives us. We feel that grace is only meant for us. It is only meant for our loved ones. It is only meant for those who are close to us. And those who have sinned do not deserve grace, and those who have done us wrong do not deserve grace. And that's not the case. God has freely given us His grace, and we always hear that we are all God's children, and as God's children, we all deserve His grace, whether you have sinned, whether you have not sinned, whether whatever the case may be. And sometimes we feel that those who have sinned and that sin has been brought out into the light, it is public, then they shouldn't, God shouldn't be gracious on them, forgetting that we are also sinners. The verse says that we are all sinners saved by grace. So, and God has been just so gracious upon us that sin has not consumed us. So once again, we always question, and I myself am very guilty of this, that a person that has done me wrong, God is blessing them or is so gracious upon them. Why is that? But who am I to question that? The grace does not belong to me in the first place. It is not mine to give. God has freely given it to his child. That person is God's child. And my prayer is that I'm able to get to a point where I understand, or I'm able to apply the idea of that is God's child, whoever it may be, and that they also freely deserve the grace. I shouldn't be greedy and selfish about God's grace. I shouldn't also be greedy and selfish by the grace that God gives me, because I'm supposed to bless other people and be gracious upon other people. When I am blessed, I'm supposed to be a blessing unto others as well. So I really do pray that we are able to be gracious, we are able to be our brother's keeper with the grace in which God has freely given us, not forgetting that we are all God's children. So let us be able to represent the character of Christ unto others, not only to our loved ones, but unto those who need it the most.